been southbound, I've been hellbound, riding on the midnight train. Going too fast now, think I'll slow down.
All right, guys. Hey, we're back, and we got Mr. Kade Weatherford on the phone from Delta Thunder Outfitters. And, we talked about, we wanted to kind of dive into what we were doing the first split over there at Delta Thunder Outfitters. And there ain't no better way than to have the man himself on the phone. What's going on, Kade?
I'm standing out in the middle of the duck field.
during the split. And what are you doing?
I was moving my relift, pumped some water on a field we hadn't got water on yet because it never rains here anymore. and so I stopped to do a podcast. So that's what I'm doing now.
Awesome, man. Well, we wanted to have you on tonight because, I haven't been through a duck hunting experience of so many lows and so many highs in my entire life. And, I'm thankful that I got to be a part of the experience there at your establishment. And we're going to dive into this thing tonight. First off, let's just talk about opening weekend, right? The hype, we're all so excited, and y'all don't even know what these guys have to go through to get things set up. Like Kade's out there doing this tonight to prepare for the second split.
Yeah.
He's not waiting until next weekend or anything like that. It takes a lot of work. And these guys, what do you say, Kade? You say a guy earns his money before duck hunting season?
Well, there's a lot of work, hundreds of hours. I'm not going to say thousands, but hundreds probably that go in before duck season that I don't make a dime on.
Right.
And it actually cost me money. Right now, putting diesel in this tractor and running this relift to pump these fields up so my clients have a place to hunt, it costs money. Every time, I'm spending $25 not every hour, but every 5 hours to keep this tractor running, to keep water pumping, to get some ducks on here. So you do the math. We've been pumping for a month now straight. Around the clock.
Well, and there you are out there.
$25 every, I want to say $25 every 3.5 hours. You do the math.
Yeah.
It adds up. Not counting having to get the fuel there, fuel up the tractor, all the hours of work that it goes to do into the stuff. And they go through all this, they set up all this. Everybody is hyped about opening weekend of duck season. Tristan and I are excited as ever because not only are we hunting with a buddy, but we're hunting on great land, but it's still duck hunting, right? We go out there and let's just hear it from the owner's perspective.
So when duck season comes in, a lot of people got that perspective, man. The ducks are there and we're going to shoot them because nobody's hunting them and all that stuff. The only thing that opening day means is that the season's opening. It is not a guaranteed kill. I've had a lot of years. I've killed a lot of ducks on the opening weekend, but the last 2 years we hadn't had. Last year we had a mediocre opening. This year was the worst I've ever had in my whole life.
Wow.
That's saying something.
It was plane crash, all the engines out, nose out. Opening weekend. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong.
So what I'm trying to gather is by Saturday evening you were like tipping the nose of the airplane down and going straight for the ground.
Oh yeah, straight into the face.
You're like, here we go, kamikaze.
Yeah, pretty much. But no parachutes on board either. Everybody had to grab rocks.
The captain sinks with the ship.
Pretty much.
So we go out there and it's no secret. It was a strikeout. I think what was it, Kade? You guys recorded one duck kill, right?
Well, so it opened up on Saturday. on the 18th, I believe, of November.
19.
I had 3 groups hunting. We killed 1 duck out of 3 groups, out of 18 people hunting. And then on that Sunday, we tried at geese, and there was a lot of white geese around, not many specks, and there was no wind, which is absolutely terrible for goose hunting. But the opportunity looked a lot better on the goose hunting side than it did the duck hunting side. So then again, we didn't kill any geese either. And Monday, we didn't have any hunters. I didn't hunt. I got focused more on trying to pump some water, but that's the thing. See, I'm saying I'm pumping water like I have water to pump, but I'm pumping out of ditches right here, and there's no rain, and the ditches are dry. So I'm pumping what puddles are left in the ditch.
Right. Literally, I witnessed this myself. I mean, literally, Kade is like taking beaver dams and like manages the water flow to try to get the best yield out of the ditch.
I've walked miles of ditch and cut open every beaver dam and let the water run down to the dam that's by my field. And basically, when I'll pump some water and until I run out, and then I'll go cut a beaver dam. And I'll pump some more water until it runs out, and I'll go cut another beaver dam. And yeah,
and you just show up and hunt.
yeah, but no. So we didn't hunt Monday. We didn't hunt Tuesday. Wednesday we hunted, and no. Tuesday we hunted and we killed 2. Yeah, that's right. Tuesday we hunted and we killed. No, Thursday we hunted. We killed 2 because that's when you came back, and we killed 2 mallards and 2 specks. And let's see.
Well, the day before that, you and Grinder.
Oh, and the day before that, we killed 10. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. That Wednesday, we killed 10. If I was standing in front of the board right now, I could tell you exactly what we've done. But
yep.
But Wednesday, we killed 10. Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, we killed 2 mallards and 2 specks. And then on Friday, somebody turned them loose. I don't know where they came from. I don't know what happened. The weather did not change enough to really do anything, any kind of push movement, but evidently we got a push from somewhere. But we started raking on them that day. I mean, we did. We started, we shot I can't.
I'll tell you. I remember.
Numbers,
I got the exact numbers for you. We shot.
Oh, you did?
Yep. The boys in Mississippi smoked 19, and then our group shot a 3-man.
3-man. That's it.
Yep.
So let me ask y'all this: Thursday, what was the level of optimism going into Friday?
Well,
I was hoping we would kill like some ducks because
yeah.
Wednesday we went out. That's right. On Wednesday when we killed the 10 ducks, I went out there saying, "All right, guys, if we kill a duck, we need to pack it up and go to Waffle House because it's gonna be amazing if we do." But we went out there and we killed 10, and we weren't seeing many ducks, but the ones that we'd see would work us real good.
Mm-hmm.
And so we killed them 10, and then it kind of get boosted some confidence, and we went and hunted a different spot than on Thursday, just to kind of be close to the family and everything, and because we had Thanksgiving dinner and everything. Mm-hmm. But we ended up killing some ducks there too, 2 mallards and 2 specks. We hunted for a little bit, and then that Friday, I was thinking we would shoot some kind of good number, just a good amount of ducks, 10, 12, 14, something like that. And then my other guy, Grinder, he went in there, killed 19, and we killed a 3-man. And then Saturday, it was a smoke show. Saturday and Sunday, smoke show.
Dude, the boys in Mississippi, shout out to those guys, boy. Smoked their ass. What did they get, 6-man?
Yeah, and the thing is call me a damn liar, but I was telling them not to come.
Yeah. I literally on Wednesday night when I got there, I think Kade was telling all of his clients. And I want to make a note of that, and make a reel out of this for real. this is what you get when you hunt with Delta Thunder Outfitters. A guy so real that he will turn down your money to make sure that you don't come and just have a flop.
Well, I remember calling y'all on the phone and you saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He told his clients.
I tried to cancel them, and they were like, "Well, no, we already took off work and everything." I was like, "I understand, but I was like, you guys don't have too high expectations or anything like that," and they didn't. But you know something? Every time that you go hunting somewhere, whether it's deer hunting, turkey hunting, duck hunting, doesn't matter. I've done it all. Every time you go somewhere and you're expecting to kill, you usually never kill.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I mean, I'm not kidding you. I've done it. And I mean, every time you go somewhere expecting 100% blood, you're not going to kill.
No.
And when you go to have a good time, whether, you go in there and you expect, like when I went to Alabama turkey hunting last year, I didn't expect to see a damn turkey. Seen turkeys every day and ended up killing one. Same with the duck hunting deal. I cannot tell you how many clients that I've had come that just came to drink and sit around the campfire and have a good time and everything, and they ended up smoking them.
Yep.
And then some guys that come in there and they're like, they get there, "Hi, my name's so and so. What time we leaving in the morning?" And I'll be like, 5 o'clock. And they'll be, okay. And then they go in there and go to bed at 6 o'clock, and then be up 3 hours before. And then we'll go out there and they don't say 2 words to you. They're just looking at the sky, holding their gun the whole time.
Yeah.
And they end up killing anything.
Yep. There's definitely something.
And then
to
they
that.
bash you on Facebook because they have nothing better to do with their life.
Well, and it's just like I was talking with the guys from Mississippi and Tennessee this weekend, and it's about the experience. If what you're looking for, I'm going to give you a 30-second commercial on Delta Thunder when you come there. Here's the deal, you guys. When you show up Delta Thunder, it is about the experience, and it's not just about killing. And if you're targeting the experience and then the killing's a bonus on top of that, you're going to have one hell of a fun time. I can promise you that.
I mean, we want you to kill too. Don't let Tony get you perspective. I want everybody that comes hunting with me to kill ducks,
Sure.
Or geese or something.
As waterfowlers,
I want you to come and
experience
pull the
all
trigger on
kinds of
something.
extreme weather
But
conditions.
if there's just
stay bone
absolutely
dry
no
and
chance,
warm with
then I'll
Frog
call you
Dogs
and I'll
Hunting
tell you,
Gear.
hey,
You can check
don't
them out at
waste your time,
frogdogs.com
don't waste your money.
or at Frogdogs Hunt
and that's
on Instagram.
I get a lot of people that buy that 5-day license, and I'll tell them, wait before you buy your license and set your dates. I'm like, just wait, because it's easy to get here the night before at the lodge, and we'll go over all your licenses and stuff and get it all validated here, and we'll make sure you do it right and everything. But it's just easier to do it that way. And if you don't buy your license ahead of time, then, and the hunting's bad, it's easier for me to reschedule you. A lot of people come because, hey, I bought my license back in July when I booked the hunt. Well, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, but, and it's, it's hard to predict. And then some days, and that's another thing, going back to the thing that I said that you put on TikTok, you can't predict the duck. Tony got the 110%, he got the reality of that.
Man.
I really didn't think. Last Tuesday, we had killed, a week ago today, we had 3 ducks on the board. We ended up with 165 even for the first split.
Wow.
Which is about 60 something bird. No, it's about 75 birds better than what we had last year at this time.
Heck yeah. Dude, hunting has a way of humbling everybody for sure. You were saying earlier, when you expect that something's going to be awesome, a lot of times it doesn't work out that way. And
you can go out there and think that it's going to be awesome some days and it be terrible, and then you can go out there and think that it's going to be terrible some days and it be awesome.
Yeah.
You just don't. That's the beauty in hunting. Period.
That's comes back to that old saying that my dad's stepdad said forever: is you can't kill him from the couch.
Yep.
Get your ass out there.
Yeah. No, but maybe that's what just keeps us all so addicted, is the unpredictability of it. I mean, technology has came so far in every aspect of hunting. Not just, I would say the most in the in the deer hunting, elk hunting, and those type of realms, just because they bring such a high dollar volume to the hunting industry. It's definitely, but like you always say, you cannot predict duck, and you're right about that. I mean, dude, I was just saying on the podcast, the intro of this is that, you know, I've never had 3 days in a row of shooting limits. I mean, I drove back to Georgia that night in disbelief. I got to tell you, I mean, total disbelief. I kept thinking back, did that really happen? But it wasn't about me thinking about what I had accomplished. It was more so what your clients had accomplished. I mean, we had people from Mississippi that their expectations were very low because you brought them to the reality of the expectation, only to have that become an incredible high. We had folks that were with us from Tennessee that, you know, they'd only been in duck hunting a couple of years. A couple of the younger guys were anyway, not Mr. D, but, you know, and just have one heck of a shoot like that. It's humbling. It's so humbling.
I'll tell you, the best stretch that I ever had shooting limits consistently, 2015-16 duck season. That was the best duck season I ever had. And the last 19 days of season, literally the last 19, I hunted all 19 of them and killed out all 19 days.
Wow.
Dude.
That was the longest shot, and I've never had a span that long ever since.
That's
Wow.
like the unbeatable record from Wayne Gretzky, you know? I mean, that is incredible.
Yeah,
I can't even fathom that.
Now, I'm not saying we were taking 10 people out there and just banging them every day, but it was like one day I might have 3, one day I might have 6, one day I might have 4. You know, it was like that. We killed out every day.
Wow.
Now, when you guys were like that nice little stretch you guys just had, because I know when we were there the weekend before, it's overall you weren't seeing the crazy amount of ducks flying. Did you see a shift to seeing a lot of ducks flying, or was it just still kind of
We saw more.
Yeah,
it wasn't necessarily a lot more, but we saw more.
I gotcha.
It wasn't like you come in January and just look in the sky. I mean, you're gonna see ducks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look high in the sky, you're going to see ducks. But was there more ducks? Yeah, there was more ducks, but it wasn't like it was just full throttle migration. They're here.
Right.
You know, it was just, there was more ducks in the area. There wasn't a lot. There was just more than what there previously was.
Yep. Well,
which ain't saying much. So
yeah, it's crazy, man, how it just
I've
shift on a dime
that
like
field
that.
that field that I took you guys to
Mm-hmm.
on the opener, I have never sat in there my whole life. I've never sat in that field and not seen a duck, except for that day that I took you guys. I have never sat in that field and not seen a duck, let alone not killed one. But just to not see one is unheard of. Like, if it's froze up, that's anywhere. You know, if it's froze solid, you just ain't going to see them because they're wherever the water's open at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I'm talking about normal weather, duck season, don't see a duck out there on that little 20, then that's just unheard of. I mean, you always see them there, and they weren't there.
Hey, Kate, not to interrupt real quick, but, you know, I think one thing that's interesting to bring up is, you remember when we were in the truck and you were on the phone with Shores, shout out to River Outfitters. What was Shores telling you about these folks that are just flying into Arkansas with no research or knowledge of what's going on and how that...
those guys are called out-of-staters.
Yep, yep. Hoosiers, right?
Aliens. Yeah.
That's what we are.
Legal aliens. But no, there's people that, I don't know, dude. You just people are, you know, they got to see it to believe it, I guess. And when you look on Duck Guides and Leases on Facebook, or you look on any of them killer handles and they say there's no water, they're not kidding. I mean, there ain't no water here.
Yeah.
And
There's
tell
no
them the water stretch that you had from. I mean, when we got there in teal season, when we went and hunted with you, Tristan looked over at this field and he goes, "Dad, that looks like the Sahara Desert." And you got one rain.
It rained, so I left to go to Florida on July the 28th, and I didn't come back till August the 8th. I was gone for about 10 days right there. But I'm not kidding you. It rained like 3 days. Like the morning I left, it was pouring down rain. And not counting that rain right there, that 3 days that it rained while I was gone. All right. It rained that time. Other than that, from April to now, it has not rained an inch.
Wow.
Like, if you took all the rain that we got, not counting that one, it probably wouldn't even add up to a half inch.
Wow.
Is that not insane?
Crazy.
I mean, y'all better listen up. Don't just. I mean, it's not hearsay. It's not BS. They need water. I mean, period. I thought it was really funny on Arkansas Duck Hunters. Somebody said, "Hey, is there any water in Arkansas?" I thought, "Oh boy!" And I looked down at the comments. There's like 100 and something comments posted like an hour ago, and a guy literally backed his boat up into the main ditch at one of these WMAs with no water in it. And he said, "This is what it looks like," and he was being for real. And then our buddy went out and scouted all that and sent us pictures of it. It's stupid. There's no water there, folks, right now.
Yeah.
But looks like there's some on the way, right? Maybe?
They say that. They said there was some on the way last night, and we didn't get. I'll tell you, it didn't even fill the potholes up in the roads right here.
Wow.
Like you can leave it rained enough where you can leave a track in the dirt.
Wow.
But if you drive down the gravel roads, you're still kicking up dust. I mean, if that tells you anything.
Wow.
But it ain't. I mean, we ain't kidding. What I'm doing, I'm standing out here right now. I'm leaning up against a tractor with a relift behind it. It's not running. I'm doing this podcast right now, so I got it all turned off so I can hear. But
At 8:30 at night.
at 8:30 at night, and I have never had to do this ever. I've done it before, but it was like before duck season come in. But I have never had this many problems with water. But I mean, we still got some good places that are flooded that we can hunt right now, you know. And we were able to we were really fortunate to get a good bunch of ducks and have a good we turned, I call it turning chicken shit into chicken salad. That's what we done the first season. And that's about all there is to it. I mean, that right there is the best metaphor I can give you.
Yeah.
But I have never had to struggled getting water this bad. But it's that bad this year, guys. It ain't that nobody is lying to you. If you want to, drive out from South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, what's another? Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia,
Illinois,
Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois. All you guys that come down here, if you don't believe it, come here. We'll show you exactly what they're like. I mean, you can sit here and then you'll call me and say, "Hey man, you got any available dates?" I'm gonna say no. You got anything available for January, man? No.
Yep.
Ain't nothing like getting to the hotel and then asking them if I got rooms.
right?
So let's just give a real quick breakdown overall. The opening weekend, we got 1 duck. Thursday, we get into 2 ducks. Friday, we have a 3-man plus 19. Saturday, we have a 6-man and a 4-man. On Sunday, we have a 6-man, and your dailies guys did pretty good too, right?
Yeah, they killed 15, I think is what he said. Yeah.
Took several widgeon.
Yeah. And that's another thing, man. I ain't never killed widgeons I'm not saying that people don't around here, but I never kill widgeons in November. That's always a late December, January duck right there. And we're killed a bunch. I mean, we killed some Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's weird year. That's all I got to say. Very weird year.
But yeah, man, I drove home the whole drive, and I told Kate before I left, I go, man,
you guys hear this wood duck?
I'm listening.
There's a wood duck sitting on this 4-acre field right here.
Nah, I couldn't hear him.
You can't hear him. He's going whoop whoop or whatever the hell they make.
No, but I was telling Kate when I left, I said, man, this is going to be such an easier drive home.
Yeah.
You know, because we were out there in Illinois getting our butts kicked. You know, we came out and did that, butts kicked. And then all glory be to the Lord of Ducks. But Cade, there's no way we're going to talk about this weekend without talking about a celebrity that we had this weekend.
Oh my God.
Do you want
Yeah,
coffee
I
that
almost sold
doesn't
all my
suck?
stuff
Get
because
the
this
duck.
happened.
Dirty Duck Coffee. Go is
and
made
break it
specifically
down,
for
tell 'em what
waterfowl
happened.
enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Enjoy flavors like Morning
It'll
Wood,
never happen
Dark
again. Hey,
Dynasty,
before you talk
Cinnamon
about that,
Teal
though, you need to talk
Snickerdoodle,
about the
and
previous
First Flight
day
to unlock the
when we
flavor
shot
that you'll
the
enjoy in the
3-man.
blind Yep. for years to come.
and everybody
Our
had
friends
one
at
box
Dirty
of
Duck
shells.
Coffee Company are now offering all Zero so Duck here's what happened. followers So let me build this picture for you
15%
guys.
discount when you use
We go to this
Zero
field
Duck
after
15 on your
again,
next order.
humbled to death, right? We turn into this field. I see some ducks get up, whatever. Nothing in great numbers that I was seeing as we're pulling in. So Cade takes me and Colton, and we go in. He goes, y'all get the decoy set up, blah, blah, blah. Drops us off at the blind. He goes, I'm going to drive the side by side. It's probably about 100 yards, 150 yards over to the wood line, park it. When Cade started to drive off, Colton goes, do you hear that? I go, what? And I start hearing plop, 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 plop. Ducks falling in the spread immediately as we're throwing decoys out, as Cade's in the side, as fast as we could throw them out, they kept landing.
That's hilarious.
I mean, we had groups. I don't even. I will. You guys all will see the video of what happens after the first volley, because that is impressive in just its own. But so Kate comes up, and me and Colton are like, Christmas morning, we're like, bro, dude. I'm going to tell you guys this. I've never been on a more chaotic duck hunt in my life. It was chaotic to the point where, I mean, ask Kate, the first 5 volleys that came in, all 3 of us are all pretty good shooters. You would have thought that was the first time we ever held a shotgun, because there were so many birds. I'm like, Cade's like, get ready on the right. There's, like 2 dozen coming in. I'm like, dude, there's 75 dropping from the sky on the left. I mean, it was just chaos.
You had some ducks working the pit clockwise, and then you had other ones working counterclockwise. And so, like, I'd be like, all right, get ready. Here comes, well, never mind. Here's the even closer group. And then, like, we'd start to shoot the close group, and then I'd look behind them, and here comes the even bigger group that's the same range. And I was like, well, hold on. I mean, this went on for 20 minutes. We didn't shoot because I didn't know what to shoot at.
Yeah.
And then finally, a group come in and kind of decoyed, sort of, and we shot about 5 volleys before we finally killed a duck.
Wow.
And it was pretty bad. Everybody's just boom, boom, boom. And then I looked in my shell bag, and this is how confident I was we were going to kill ducks. I didn't even think about grabbing shotgun shells. I looked in my shell bag, and there is a half-shot box of shells, and then there is another half-shot box of shells in there. And I was like, oh, no. I was like, any of y'all got shells? And Colton's like, I got 1 box. Tony's like, yeah, I got 1. And I was like, well, we might ought to be kind of selective here, guys, because I got 1 box is what my half boxes add up to. So it was so funny.
And this is like 5 minutes after shooting, like, probably.
Every volley after that, it was like, boom, boom.
1-2 shots.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
As soon as you have to focus, and you think about that 15 shell limit on WMAs and stuff, it makes sense with that, because as soon as we had to focus, bro, it was like
Yeah.
no ducks getting out with, 2 shots tops,
Yeah.
But man, we smoked their ass, and that was an incredible.
The last we needed like 3 to limit out or something like that. The last group that come in, I had 1 shot. Everybody else was loaded. I had 1 shell left.
Yep.
And 3 come in. Or I think it was 3. Did we need 3, or was that the Sunday?
No, we needed 3.
We needed 3.
Yep.
Anyway, 3 come in, 3 died.
That was the ringnecks.
Yeah, that's right.
They just dive bombed us.
That was when we had the celebrity hunt with us the next day, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
brought plenty of shells that day.
Yeah, Fiochi ones.
I had teal steel number 5, 3-inch number 5, and then Fiochi number 1.
he was so impressed over discovering these Fiochi number 1s at DNW.
No, it's a 3-inch number 1. I have never seen a 3-inch number. I've seen a 3.5-inch number 1. I've never seen a 3-inch number 1.
He called his granddaddy, which is like the legend, right? He calls him up. He's like, "Hey," he goes, "You ever heard of a 3-inch number 1?" He goes, "Well, I don't know, Kade. Let me think about that for a minute." He goes, "I know there's 3.5-inch, but you ever heard of a 3-inch number 1?" And I do have a video that this guy smokes this duck out of about 1,000 feet with those Fiochi number 1s. Yeah, it was a massacre. But man, what an incredible day that was. So the next day we have a celebrity. Let's talk about our celebrity that we will never tell his real name.
I don't know his real name, to be honest with you.
Did you change his name in your phone?
Well, I got his name in my phone as.
What is it?
Huh? Well, we got to tell the story first. It's not going to be as amusing.
All right. So
I'll just say it on my end right here.
Yeah, you
Only
do it.
to mess something up.
No, you do it. You're a better story traveler.
I've already told like everybody, like in the world on about this, except for everybody on this podcast here. But anyway, so we get set. So I had a guy. It was one guy I had booked, and me and Tony and Colton were going to go hunting anyway. But this one guy, he had a Michigan number, and and he had 1 day booked. And I was like, I thought, who drives from Michigan to hunt 1 day, And I've had people do it. I had a guy drive from Indiana one time to hunt 1 day and then drove back to Indiana.
Holy cow.
I've had to do it. But Michigan, that's a pretty good poke right there. Indiana's a good poke. Michigan's a really good poke. It's a long haul.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting there, and we meet the guy. He's cool. I'm like, all right, good. He's not gonna be a pain in the ass. So like, we're talking to him and everything, and we shoot like 4 ducks right there at daylight, and then it kind of dies off. There ain't nothing flying. So as a guide, you gotta keep a conversation going. That's the goal. You can't not have a conversation with your clients unless you're just stuck in the mud and you're weird. There are some guides out there like that. So anyway, me being the generous guy that I am, I'm like, how I'm like, Michigan, huh? He's like, yeah, I'm from, Michigan. I don't know where the hell he's from, but he's from Michigan, somewhere in that state.
Yep.
But anyway, he's like, yeah, I drove from Michigan. I'm like, so I'm just curious. I asked the guy, I'm like, so why you go, you drive all the way from Michigan to hunt 1 day? He's like, oh, I'm on my way to go hog hunting in Texas. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. It's a stop on the way. It's a good idea,
Yeah.
And he's, yeah. So, I'm like, but me being the guide that I am, I'm just curious, asking questions. I'm like, you hog hunting in Texas? He's like, yeah, I went down there last year and hog hunted, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, yeah? I'm like, well, what part of Texas you going to? He's like, oh, I'm going to Waco. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, in the back of my mind, I'm like, hey, that's where Ted Nugent's ranch is in Waco, because I've seen it on TV. I was like, oh, yeah, you going down there to hunt with Ted Nugent? He's like, actually, yeah, I am. And I was like, hold on, hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on. You're going to hunt with Ted Nugent? He's like, yeah, he's my cousin. just nonchalant, just, yeah, Ted Nugent's my cousin, no big deal. Oh, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Hold on. Ted Nugent's your cousin? Yeah, man. He pulls out some pictures and his screensavers, him and Ted Nugent, everything. And I was like, get the hell out of here. No way. And he's like, yeah. But anyway, I honestly, I can't remember his name. If I go back to my book, I'd know
Parker.
it. But, oh, is it Parker?
Yep.
Ted Nugent's cousin sounds better.
Yeah, it sounds way better.
So anyway, I renamed him Ted Nugent's cousin because that sounds a lot better. But yeah,
Well, at one
Ted
point,
Nugent's cousin hunted with us, and I thought about, I'm like, unless Ted Nugent hunts with me, I'm just not going to top this. So let's just sell everything I got right now.
didn't you even invite him to your wedding?
Yeah, I was like, hey, man, I'm my best man.
Oh, is that when I talked to you? Or wait, no. What did I call you? Oh, that was a while before. Never mind.
No, I've got an audio clip in one of the videos I'm doing, and I can hear him go, "Yeah, man, if you want to come to my wedding, I can set that up, Oh, but he was telling Ted Nugent's cousin that if he can get Ted down there, that he's got a lifetime pass, and I mean, he goes like we are actually, and Kade, tell him what we're gonna do. In honor of Ted Nugent.
Do what?
Tell them what we're going to do in the lodge in honor of Ted Nugent.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get a portrait. We're going to get some candles and stuff put underneath it. And if you come hunting with me every day, just worship Lord Nugent before you go hunting.
You got
Lord Nugent.
Afraid Uncle Ted. Lord Nugent.
Yeah, he said, and what do you got to do before you leave?
Huh?
What do you got to do to
the Hail Mary to Lord Nugent?
So, instead of freaking whatever singing church, you do Fred Bear. You play that?
Yeah.
No, Stranglehold.
Yeah.
Stranglehold. Yeah.
What was the song?
And then we got to play the Star Spangled Banner twice before you go.
Yeah, we even
get out of the truck once in the duck pit.
I even said real serious to Ted Nugent's cousin. I go, hey man, Kate's getting married in May. I go, you think there's any way you could have Ted show up at his reception and play the Star Spangled Banner?
Dude, could you imagine?
I'd die.
Dude, could you imagine?
I would die.
Oh, dude, we had so much fun with it. And here's what the coolest thing, he says all this, and of course, we've all heard a lot of people blow smoke, you know what I mean? But here's the thing that just like solidified it for me and Colton and Kate is we got done and we were taking pictures, and unbeknownst to us, he went ahead and said it to Uncle Ted. And within 2 minutes, Uncle Ted came back with some Spirit of the Wild crap. Thank you. Hey, blessings for Thanksgiving and all this stuff. And me and Kate were like, yeah, fireball. Let's do it, dude. I mean, it was just so cool to see that he responded that quickly. You know, we were like, wow, this is really cool.
Dude probably wasn't even Ted Nugent's cousin. He probably knew a guy that's named Ted Nugent.
No, but when he replied, Ted sent a picture of him and his family.
Well, like the guy was by himself and everything, and I had to give him the Uncle Ted discount.
Well, Ted's from Michigan too, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he moved to Texas just like a smart guy would do, just like a smart Republican would do.
Yeah, that's right.
The Motor City Madman. For sure, man. But it was an incredible experience, So here we have a great day with that, and then we lead into Sunday, right? And we're going back to the same field, and Kade had a lot of work to do, so he couldn't go hunt with us. And so he sacrificed that, and so me, Grinder, and Colton, and 3 gents from they were from West Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
They came, and I know one of them for sure had only been duck hunting for 2 years, or whatever, and then there was Mr. D and the other fella. But we go out there, and Grinder hadn't hunted out there, and I'd hunted out there for 2 days, and we shot some ducks early on, and it got into like the 7:30 hour, and I think it's like 8:15, and we're seeing some ducks flying high, but not like what you want to see when you're duck hunting. And Grinder says down to me, he says, "You sure that there's a little lull?" And I said, "Man, all I can tell you is what happened yesterday. I can't make any promises because you know how ducks are." I said, "But this is what's happened the last 2 days." And I said, all I know is every time that, like the first morning we were out of there picking up by 8:15, 8:30. Because Kade, let's get out of here, let the ducks rest, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. The next day we limited out, it was like 10:30, something like that. But when we got back to the truck, we watched hundreds of ducks fall right back in that field. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at the clock and I was like, dude, it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And these ducks are on a cycle if the conditions don't change and if you're lucky. And so I kept telling Grinder, I go, dude, Kade was saying the other day, it was a little bit later, and I go, based on what I've seen, it's getting a little bit later every time. And I mean to you all that when 10 o'clock showed up, it was like first light to most people. I mean, the ducks were falling from the heavens everywhere. And we went from like 6 ducks to 36 ducks like it was nobody's business in the late morning. It was so cool. I mean, it was just a cool experience. Like, we experienced so many times in Florida, Tristan, where when they're done, they're done. Mm-hmm. And you can pack up and you might sit there all until noon or whatever and scrape out a duck or two, but you're not seeing any other flights.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times, Tony, you're saying that, and I'm going to stop you right there. A lot of times that's how it is here.
Yeah.
You're not going to get, you'll get a good flight right there at light, but it don't really pick up like 10 to 2. Like that's the best times you're going to hunt out here, in my opinion. If you're wanting to kill big ducks, mallards, pintails, stuff like that, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. I've killed more ducks during that time frame than I have in the early morning.
That makes sense to me. On the third day, we had those mallards, and you were saying something about that even the day before, but on the day with Grinder, the mallards definitely didn't start coming in until late morning. You didn't see a mallard until 10.
And it was all thanks to Father Nuge.
Yeah.
Lord Nuge.
Lord Nuge.
Power to the Nuge.
The third day.
Power to the Nuge.
8 o'clock, Lord Nugent said, "Let there be ducks."
And there was.
I'm going to get Lord Nugent tattooed on me.
I'm going to get it tattooed on my forehead.
Power to the Nuge.
Jesus did look a lot like that Nugent.
He really did.
Yeah, he did, man. Oh, God. But what a high and a low, and that's what we're loving bringing to y'all tonight, is the highs and the lows of duck hunting. We've all been there so much, and, I honestly, God, I could probably not shoot another duck this year and sit back and relish on that experience that I just went through, because as an older guy, I think that I cherish it. Not the saying that younger people don't. I just think that as you get older, you start to cherish things a little bit more. And that was something, man. And thank you, Kade. That was
I got a business to run.
I could tell you this. I'm ready to kill about I found more ducks.
Oh, you take your ass back to Florida. That's where you was.
Our partners at Huntwise are offering an exclusive discount for Zero Duck 30 followers. As an elite member, some of the features you'll immediately gain access to are Huntcast, Windcast, peak kill times, property lines, owner information and phone lookup, 250 map layers, unlimited offline maps, 3D maps, social media, and on top of it all, save up to 50% on some of the top hunting brands in the industry. Download and explore the #1 hunting tool set today and save 20% by using code DUCK30.
Well, I had some luck, but I don't know. Just all ring necks.
So what do we got upcoming? All right, so let's talk about what we got upcoming at Delta Thunder Outfitters. Number one, Kade, what are you looking at as far as your books? So what do you got? What do you got open? Because I've already had several people message me from the stacks that I sent, and I got a buddy of mine that's after, Jay.
Yeah.
Jay is after that beautiful freaking spoonie. And he saw that spoonie that I posted. He's like, oh, man. And so there's several people that are reaching out to us. Time is limited, y'all. Kade, what are you looking at with your books? I think you're just completely jam-packed for January, right?
Yeah, if you want January, sorry, you're out of luck. Better luck next year. It's not like we talked all summer and I said July 1st, you know. I mean,
Right.
people are calling me. Like today, I had about 12 different phone calls, and they were like, "You got any January dates?" I'm like, "No," and they just acted like it was a big shocker.
Wow.
Open since July 1st.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I didn't say all last spring and all early summer and then all summer. Yeah, I start booking July 1st,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but this year it might be a little different because I already got the season date set for next year. So I might start booking. I don't know when I might start booking. It might be earlier this year. Just be on the lookout for that. If you want to, you can go on the Delta Thunder Facebook page and I'll have some updates on there. And I'm sure Tony and Tristan will have everything updated too. Whenever I decide when I'm gonna start taking deposits for next season.
Heck yeah.
But we got a few, and I mean a few weekdays in January left. And by a few, I mean like 4 days.
Wow.
And I don't even know what days they are. I'm sitting on a tractor right now in the pitch black dark talking on the phone, and my book is on the dash of my truck. But weekdays in January we got a few, and then in December we have weekdays available. I've got, I think it's like the 13th to the 18th or whatever available, whatever it is. Let me look on the calendar real quick. I know I got weekdays available. Yeah, I got pretty much, so from December the 12th to the, I want to say the 16th, all those dates are available. And then the 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, those week dates. So week dates in December. That's what I got left, which, as good as the early season was, I don't think you'd be going wrong booking in December.
Heck no, man. If it was me, I mean, I'm sitting here listening to what you're saying, unbiased. If I was sit back unbiased, I'd be like, all right, if they're smoking the ducks and they're going to get a rest.
Yeah.
And taking into consideration what Mr. Cohen said, the biologist from Cohen Wildlife Research, that most ducks stay within a 4 mile, I think that's the number he used, a 4 mile square radius. The ducks are down there. They're going to get a rest. Y'all better get on the booking. I mean, your chances right now are as good as any.
Yeah.
Because you can predict a lot more now than what you can a month from now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is you can say, you know, you think the early season's good, and all these people that don't live around the ducks like I do are going to think, well, January will be wild. January will be wild.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen it before where at Christmas it ices up and it locks up and it's over. Duck season's over with to the very end. It'll be froze and duck season will be over.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen that myself.
Well, that's a reality. And, you know, the other thing to take into consideration here, y'all, is, you know, you're looking to maximize your potential of killing ducks or whatever. You go out there, I don't think that you get better data than the newest data, right? And if the newest data says, okay, yes, the ducks are there. We know that. If you have water, you have ducks. This guy's out there on the split pumping you more water, creating what I know of 3 more fields of opportunity. That fresh water, fresh rolled.
Geese ain't been in it. The ducks ain't been in it. This is a brand new hot buffet coming out to them.
Right. Well, and what do we all know as duck hunters? Fresh water equals ducks.
Mm-hmm.
It just does, and we know that. So y'all better get on the phone right now and start booking your stuff with Delta Thunder Outfitters. And if you need any insights on like the lodging or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me or Tristan. We're still dealing with the Instagram BS, but feel free to reach out to either one of us or reach out to Kade directly. And, there's lodging opportunities available. And Kade, what are you looking at the price per gun, and what is it with lodging? What's that special 10-man deal you do?
Well, that's for snow goose, but it's $200 a person per day. You pay a $50 deposit per person before you get here, and then when you get here, you're only paying $150 a person, which adds up to $200 a day per person. That's guided. You can get a day lease from me, meaning I give you a duck pit to hunt in or a blind, and we supply the decoys, everything except for the electronic decoys we supply, and you go hunt it. It's $500 a day, and you can have up to 6 people on that. And then lodging is $40 per person per night. Lodging is limited. We only got so many beds. But we're happy with the little lodge we got. We only got so many beds, but it's first come, first serve. It's $40 per person per night. And then snow goose is the same way. Snow goose is $200 a person per day. If you bring 10 or more, lodging's free.
Roger that, man. Well, Kade, thanks for being on here with us tonight, man. And I'm looking forward to getting back out there with you. I know upcoming as far as what we got going on with Zero Duck 30 and Delta Thunder. And again, I like to frequently mention this. There's no affiliation of dollars between us at all. We're just buddies. And that's just, we're just looking.
$50,000 a year.
No, I mean, but we're just out to help each other out, as buddies. And, what we got upcoming as far as Zero Duck 30 and Delta Thunder Outfitters is really exciting, actually, because number one, if y'all didn't know, Tristan just got recently married on November 4th, and he's going to bring his wife, Kade, with him.
I'm sorry, Tristan.
on New Year's weekend. But what's even cooler on top of that is we got Mama Vogue coming out on her first duck hunt. So we got 2 family ladies that are coming out to experience this with us and have a good time and share all these fun times we have at Delta Thunder Outfitters. So
it's gonna be a show.
Well, I know Kade already told me, Tristan, we were sitting in his granddaddy's deer hunting blind.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I go, dude, this is the kind of environment that the girls would like to hunt in. He goes, I'm going to tell you right now, if we don't shoot ducks in the face in the morning, he goes, I'm grabbing Tristan and Kade. We're going to sit in this blind.
Well, it's funny, and I've told y'all this before, but Katie's got more interest in deer hunting and turkey hunting than she has duck hunting because she likes eating deer and turkey. And she's like, but who's going to eat the ducks? I was like, I'll eat the ducks. I don't give a damn. Just come on. So she is more open to those kind of hunting than, duck hunting. But yeah, hopefully we can get her on her duck. And if not, something else. I'm sure that Kade Weatherford has a plethora of animals that he could put us on.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I'm here for. I kill stuff, and that's about it.
Well,
I've always had you ask anybody that knows me, I've had a talent for shooting things. That's about it.
Well, it's funny that I was talking to Mom about it last night, and I said, "You're for real? You going to Arkansas with us?" She goes, "Yeah, I am." And I said, I got some waders and stuff over there. She goes, "What if I want my own waders?" And I go, "Let's go, bro. Let's go."
There you go.
So we might be putting Mama Vogue in some waders. Awesome stuff, man. Well, thank you for your time tonight, Kade. I know you got work to do, and we've delayed that by about however long this podcast has been. And y'all will hear from us soon. And Tristan, you got any last words for everybody?
Nope. Appreciate y'all for checking in. And, it's been a little minute since we've been back on the podcast, but we should be pretty regular going forward. And this will be out tomorrow.
Thank you for supporting y'all. And if you're on Spotify, check out that rating button. Hit that. I don't like to be the one begging for those, but I will tell you guys, we've seen some incredible statistics that we got back from Spotify on the podcast, and it's humbling. And if you guys could be nice enough to go on there and give us a true rating, however you feel about it. I mean, I'm not asking for your 5 rating. If you feel like we're a 4 and we can improve on something, then let us know.
If you like it, you'll kill more stuff.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to have better chances at killing ducks, you better give us a 5.
If you want to kill stuff, give them a 5. If you want worse luck hunting, then give them a low rating.
There you go.
And you better like this too. You better like this.
That's right. All right, y'all. Thank you so much, Kate. Thank you so much, and we'll talk
No problem.
next time.
I've been southbound, I've been hellbound, riding on the midnight train. Going too fast now, think I'll slow down.